Amount of pressure. She is a judge in ETV's SA's Got Talent. But before we meet Shado Twala, let's take a look at her career highlights so far.
Audiences know her as 1/3 of the SA's Got Talent judging panel, but Shado Twala has been in the media industry for over 2 decades.
Oh my God, you know, very exciting.
She began her career as part of the original DJ lineup for Metro FM in 1986.
Radio, for me, was a newfound freedom.
She quickly made a name for herself as a sought-after MC and journalist, and in 1989 became the first woman of colour to present at the OK TV Awards.
Front page of the Sunday Times, because it was a big story.
And as the 3rd season of SA's Biggest Talent Show prepares to hit our small screens, Shado is once again reprising her role as a judge.
People are so passionate about what they bring onto that stage. And for me, it gives me hope about where we are in South Africa and where we're going. So that for me is very exciting.
Well, welcome, Shado.
Thank you so much.
And you apparently know each other quite well. You live in the same neighbourhood.
Well, I've interviewed them before on radio, and I was very excited when I learned that they live in Hout Bay. And of course, all the young girls in Hout Bay kind of wait for them to drive past every time, because they are a big hit, you know.
Really? So you see them in the supermarket doing their grocery shopping?
Well, I don't see them, but a lot of people do see them. You almost at the end of the evening, you know where Lockenville has been.
Infamous in the Bay, yeah.
In fact, there's a restaurant where you gave an autograph, and they've put it on the door.
Oh, really?
At Gabby's. I don't even know where that is.
But now, Shado, you've had a very, very long and prolific career. You've had a great career in radio. You started in '86, right,
yes.
at Metro?
Yes.
At that time, becoming a radio DJ wasn't sort of, everybody wants to do that nowadays, but then it was kind of an unusual career choice. What made you want to do that?
Well, the thing is, the SABC hadn't had a black radio station in English. So we were the first to kind of compete on the same level as 5FM, which was Radio 5 at the time. And a lot has changed since. With the advent of the selector system, everybody kind of, you know, has extra knowledge of what's happening around the world with the internet and social media and all of that. So that's changed a lot.
Do the DJs really, nowadays, do they have a lot of say in what they play? I mean, do you guys have to suck up to DJs? Is that?
Yeah, of course. It's political. It's very political.
Yeah. They don't have much say.
Really? See, they don't have much say. Stop sucking up.
No. I mean, like, people behind the closed door.
Right.
The DJ is told as the selector, so you choose how many times the song plays, because it selects, again, the top 100. So you'll hear more of a Beyonce 150 times a day, and you hear Lockenville once a day. You know, that sort of thing, depending on the demand. But that's what sells, you know, and record companies, I think, and the radio stations decide which works. But DJs really don't have a choice.
And SA's Got Talent has been hugely successful for you. It's the 3rd season. Yes. And how's the 3rd season going so far?
We've just done auditions in Johannesburg and Durban, and it's really amazing. Initially, the 1st and 2nd seasons, we kind of get leftovers from people who didn't win on other shows like Idols and stuff, would come and try their luck. So we found ourselves with as a music or dance show. But now we've got so much variety, and because it's open to all age groups, we find 73-year-olds coming to the show, you know, to tick off their bucket lists and say, I need it to be on stage, and as young as 5 years old, and it's been very exciting.
And did you ever consider going on a reality?
It's funny you mention that. I was just going to mention because we went to the first
Got Talent, and
the first audition, and we got, I promise you, we got our numbers and everything. We even sang for Anele from 5FM.
When that was before, like
that was like before anything had happened. We kind of like thought let's go there and test it out, and then we got the number, and then we were sitting in line. We just like, let's this. We walked out the door.
Because that would have been being discovered on SA's Got Talent.
Yeah, who knows,
quite something.
Well, thankfully, we have the footage, not of that day, but of you performing. And we thought what we'd do, Shado, is if you could have a look at, this is footage of the twins performing when you, how old were you? When you, this is
this
seven?
This is like 10.
10?
Yeah.
So now let's just imagine that they did wait in the queue. They were 10 years old, they got in. Now you're presented with these two twins performing. Let's listen to it, and then I'd like to hear what your criticism would be.
Okay. My first question would have been, was that your own composition?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And I think you do have talent.
That's very kind.
You see, you could have waited in line.
You would have come through.
Exactly. I like the imaginary drums though. That's my favorite.
I think it's moving too quick.
Well, that's amazing. But do you think though that maybe if you'd been successful when you were that young, that you might have not, you know, you've said you've learned a lot of lessons. I mean, do you think it is quite a scary thing? You must get lots of young people on SA's Got Talent. It's a precarious age to be like 10 years old and then be thrust into the spotlight.
The saddest thing as well is that when they don't go through, you could kill their career for life, you know. So it depends on how you let them down gently, you know, because we're looking for the best one in South Africa from what we see, not necessarily that your talent cannot grow and become better. And that's what you want to encourage, that, you know, if they don't make it, they still go back and work on their craft. But others just get totally disillusioned and don't ever want to go back. And I would have hated that, because look at them now.
We'll talk a little bit more about that after the break. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back.
My real hip hop heads, my old school heads, Spy Skillet, Spy. My old school heads, Spy Skillet, Spy.
Well, welcome back to the show. My guests joining me in studio this week, pop duo Lochinville and SA's Got Talent judge Shado Twala. Welcome back. We were just saying in the break that the twin thing, I remember when I interviewed you when you were tiny, and you said that the twin thing was a bit of a gimmick, but you were like, if it works for us, let's go for it. And in Shado, you were saying that, you know, why not? And I'm sure you've had contestants like that before.
The cute factor works, and I think that's what's been the initial attraction to Lochinville as well, the fact that they're twins.
Well, I'd like to get your opinion on a few other famous twins that we know of. Obviously, there's the Olsen Twins.
Tell you what, when we were in the States, they released a clothing brand in Walmart that was super cheap. It fell apart in 2 seconds, but they are so smart. They are so clever. They really just cash in on their success, and you don't hear about them anymore.
But obviously, another set of twins that's done very well for themselves are our own Ntando and Tlelo.
Yes. Yeah, we did an interview with them as well.
We did a twin versus twin interview with Nicholas, yeah.
What is your take on them?
They're cool,
very
yeah.
nice girls, yeah. I like them.
It was very brief, and it was like during a party and everything, but yeah, it was fun. They were cool.
They've gone the reality series route. What's your feeling on that whole?
Yeah, look, it's like I'm not like opposed to it. I think each to their own. We were actually offered something similar, and we were like, no, that's not really our vibe.
Well, there we go. I mean, Shado, obviously your show is reality as well. Well, it's sort of. I mean, there's obviously bits that are scripted. What is your take on the whole reality, how it's just taken over the world, and now South Africa with all these reality series?
Well, I think there's room for it as far as entertainment is concerned, but I think there should be boundaries. Because it is watched by everybody and it can influence, or even, especially in a very delicate country that we have in South Africa, it could go either way, you know. So I think it's entertaining, it's fun, but it needs to be contained.
Well, speaking of reality, we have some real fans in this very building. So we've got some fan videos. I think this is Shado's one, right? This is Shado's one.
Hi, my name is Lisa Landers, and I just wanted to ask Shado, I'm a big fan of her, if people come up to her all the time and ask her to sing and dance at random times.
People come to me to ask me to sing and dance.
At random times. She would like to know.
No. People greet, and when they recognize you, they'll greet. And others will stop you and ask a little one to say, do you know who she is? And then you're stuck in the supermarket for about half an hour because the child doesn't know who you are, but the adult knows who you are. No, but no, I haven't been asked to sing and dance, no.
Let's see what one of your fans has to say.
Hey Lockenville, I'm Valdemar. I was wondering who your dream collaborator would be, and if you haven't done it yet, why not?
Good question. Hey, there's so many. I'll speak for now. It's like definitely one for us has been Kanye West, but someone that I really want to do something with at the moment is Iggy Azalea. And the only reason we haven't done it yet is because we haven't gone to the States yet.
He can't hear you. He's not actually there.
We're on the way.
But yeah, Iggy Azalea is someone I really want to do a track with. She's funky fresh and she's dirty.
Yeah, she's
dirty?
That's
a good thing?
No. You have to understand why.
Right.
She's
Is that like being sick?
No, but I can see it.
I mean lyrically, like dirty,
really
yeah.
dirty,
But she's this Australian girl, and I think she's also like 22.
But she does proper gangster rap.
She's proper like rap, and she got discovered by T.I. And she's done stuff with Mike Posner now and Steve Aoki, and it's like very cool. So,
it's very cool, and like some of the videos are quite like satirical. So it's like I'm quite a fan, yeah.
Okay, well, how can your fans now get hold of you, and what can they find out? Where are your next gigs going to be? When are you coming back from the States?
If you want to get in contact with us, Twitter's the way. We've completely lost Facebook. I don't like it anymore. So yeah, Twitter's the way to get hold of us, and our website for shows.
And do you do your own twist?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, but like literally haven't done Facebook in way too long.
Yeah.
I don't even know what our page looks like at the moment.
Shado, do you do your own tweets?
Yes, I think it's important.
And how can fans get hold of you then? Is Twitter is also the way to get hold of you?
Twitter is the best way, actually.
I agree.
Twitter is the best way. Facebook is a bit...
Well, there you go.
Yeah, start the revolution.
Well, if you want to get hold of us online, all you need to do is contact us on the details provided on your screen right now. You can also send us your fan videos. And all that remains for me to say is thank you to my guests for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, yes.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.